Alright guys, welcome back. Here's another taxidermy episode. So, I got my deer mount prepped and just about ready to put the hide on there. So I did these eyes. As you can see, I did these eyes the other week, and actually, I'm surprised they held up. I put some cellophane over top of them. And I didn't think that they were going to stick, but they actually, the clay stayed on there pretty well. And I'm not by no means a professional, but I'm learning. I'm taking some photos, or taking some reference photos and going with that. And I just kind of trying to make it even as I possibly can. And these eyes right here. That one's got some dirt, not dirt. Some clay on it, so it looks a little bit worse, but I think it looks relatively decent. Then I came in here on the nose. I had some ridges that I needed to kind of fill in, so I did that with some clay. And now I'm going to go through, I'm just going to kind of rough up the hide, and I'll probably touch up some of these marks that go down, just try to get the hide to stick to it a little bit easier. And I'm going to wait till after lunch because I'm getting kind of hungry. Go figure. And I'm going to put the hide on there and go for it. And then I'm going to have to set it and get everything pinned and situated. And let it sit and see what it looks like. Hoping it comes out pretty decent. I like how it looks. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, so to kind of help make this hide paste stick a little bit better, I'm going to try to rough up this form. I got this wire brush. Kind of give it some texture. Hopefully that kind of helps it a little bit better. And then I won't have you all watch me do that entire thing. I have this little file. Just kind of going through here. Just touch these up. Make sure they're rough. That way, hopefully, when I go up in here, and I try to not mess up the form. And I try to make this early season buck look like he's got all the tendons and everything. Hopefully it shows a little bit better with this short hair. And I'm going to try to make this hide stick as good as I possibly can. And that's why I'm going down through here. I'm just touching up all these spots I marked with a Sharpie. Just so I can kind of see the contour. Hopefully fill off that big muscly buck. So I'll go through and do that. And then I'll touch up the rest of it with that wire brush, and then when I get back, I'll hopefully be putting on the hide paste and putting this deer hide on the form. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I roughed up the form just about how I wanted, touched everything up. I think it's about where I need it to be. So I'm going to be using these ear liners instead of Bondo, and so I'm gonna have to scratch these up. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll take this ear liner and I'll take this brush, scuff it up, and then I'll scuff up the back side. Just make sure I can get some a little bit more of a bond with this McKenzie paste, this hide paste. And actually these are some large ear liners, which supposedly, according to my dad, is actually pretty odd for this area of Virginia. Usually the deer go with a medium, but for some reason this deer I killed, I actually didn't even, these were just laying around and I put them in. I don't have to do any trimming really. It seems like it fits pretty snug. Well, not quite snug, but it has a little bit of give in there, and it should work. I don't have to trim them. Usually he likes to go in there and he likes to line it up, cut a little bit off these liners, which is nice about the liners. You can kind of mess with them a little bit. But I'm going to put these in, and then I'll go ahead and I'll put the paste and everything on them. And then I'll put the paste on the deer, and I'll go ahead and put the hide on, get everything situated, and then I'll come back and I'll use clay to kind of form around the skull cap and everything. And then from there it'll be sewing and kind of fixing stuff up. So stick with me. Alright guys, so I got the ears and the ear liner set. They look pretty good. Now I'm going to take some of this hide paste, this McKinsey paste. I'm going to douse this form in it, and then I'm going to throw that hide over top of it, adjust it, and then I'll be able to start messing with the ears, put the antlers on, and start making it kind of look like a deer. Alright, so I got the paste on there. Now I'm going to work on getting this hide on here correctly. As you can probably see, that sheen, all that paste on there. So we'll go ahead and shove it over there and see what we can do. Woo-wee! I knocked myself in the head. Alright, I'm going to keep pulling on it, and I'll come back when I'm done. Alright guys, so I got the hide on there, about where I want it. As you can see, the eyes are pretty dang close, lined up. It looks like I can get enough. I'm going to have to mess with it a little bit, but I should be able to get everything pulled in just about where it needs to be. My eyes are pretty much lined up. They're pretty dang close. Everything else looks alright. You can see some of my sewing jobs a little iffy, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And there was some hair slipping on the bottom here. That's partially probably because the tan wasn't. It's one of my first times. It's probably not the best tan, but I also took it in and out a few times, probably more than I needed to. But I'm actually pretty well satisfied. It doesn't bother me. If I was doing work for somebody else, it would bother me. But since it's for me, it's not a huge deal. But now I am going to, since I have everything pinned pretty close to where I need it, I'm going to go ahead and use clay, put it around the ears, and then get the ears about set where I want them at, and then I'll keep going from there. Alright, hey guys, so welcome back. I'm here with my buck from 2 years ago that I'm mounting. So as you can see, I got everything situated about where I need it to be. I need to mess with the eyes. I gotta get them right. There's some spots in the nose that I'm gonna have to try to super glue. Since I used that other nose, I can't, aftermarket nose, I can't really pin it. So that's gonna be kind of a struggle, but everything is fitting in pretty well. I got the back sewed up. That was a frustrating ordeal, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So stick with me and I'll show you all the end result. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to have to kind of adjust this eye so that way it'll fit. Everything lines up pretty dang well. So I have the skin folded out, and I've already molded the eyeball, so I'm going to take some of these tools. Need to kind of figure out where I'm at. I've got this tear duct here somewhere. We'll see if I can get it kind of lined up a little bit better before I can get another video. Alright guys, so I got the first eye about where I feel like I want it. It's pretty close. I'm gonna probably have to adjust it a little bit more so it doesn't look like he's pissed off. But I had the tear duct right here. I had to add a little bit more, and I put that nictitating membrane in there. I do like how that looks. But I'm gonna have to adjust it just a little bit. I don't want him to look too sleepy-eyed, but I also don't want him to look too pissed off either. So, but one thing about this buck, actually, I called him in the year before I killed him, and he was a little bit smaller than this. And I know he was an aggressive deer because I saw him chase off the other deer on camera and everything like that. So maybe he should have a little bit of attitude with him. But I'm going to go ahead and do the other eyeball, try to match it up, and then I'm going to move on from there. Well, guys, I know I kind of kept y'all in the dark a little bit on some of this project, but it's been frustrating, but it's been a great experience. I think I pretty much got everything touched up the way that I want it. So here's my buck I killed 2 years ago. My first taxidermy job, pretty much completely by myself. My dad helped it here and there, but I'm proud of it. Got some holes, some stitching, sketchy stitching, and then some spots in the face up in here. But I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. Early season deer, killed this deer on October 9th. That's the earliest I've ever killed anything. You see, that's the next one. So this was the practice. And then there's my next mount. So I hope you all enjoyed. I'll have to come back and I'll do some finished touching up, painting and everything like that. But that's pretty much it for this one for a little while, I hope. So, gotta get going.